Oh, hi mateys, I hope you all are doing well. Today I'm gonna start embarking on a project to film a week in my life for you guys because so many of you have requested that you want to see how a typical week in my life looks like, and I kept telling myself like there's no point filming it now because I'm not even at uni, I'm not even in Cambridge or the UK. So I thought there wouldn't really be much to film, but I'm still doing Cambridge tasks and supervisions and lectures just in another time zone in a different country. And maybe that's a lot of you right now. So if anything, I think this might be more relatable than me being at Cambridge at this point. It's currently week 4. Oh my god, it's week 4. Okay, so Cambridge weeks start on a Thursday, which is why I started filming this on a Thursday. It feels weird to start filming a week of my life on a Thursday. That's just how the Cambridge weeks work. But today is the official start of week 4, which is halfway through term. It's insane. It's been crazy as usual, but good. I had kind of a late night last night working, so it's a bit of a late start to morning, but I'm feeling fresh. I just finished my morning routine and I'm gonna start watching my lectures. That's usually where I sit to watch my lectures. So I'm gonna go get started with my work for today. But before that, I wanted to officially welcome you to join me on a week in my life virtual uni edition. This is currently my lecture arrangement. I have my lecture handout open there so I can make notes on my laptop, and I have the actual lecture open there so I can watch it on a big screen and simultaneously make notes. Just finished lecture 1 for the day. I'm actually so sad because one of my most favorite lecturers is done with his block. Like, I was absolutely in love with his lecturer, and he had 7 lectures in his block, and I just finished the last one, so that means I won't have any lectures with him anymore. But this was an amazing block of lectures, so that is done. But I'm feeling hungry now, so I'm gonna go shower, have breakfast, and then do a second lecture. It is currently about 11:30, and I am off to meet my friend for lunch. And we wanted to meet each other, but then both of us also have work to do. So the plan is after lunch, we're gonna go to some study cafe and work together. And if you didn't already know, I'm in Singapore. We don't have a lockdown here, so thankfully I am able to go out. And it's a beautiful, bright, sunny day. You can see I'm like the middle of the city area, the CBD. So yeah, I'm gonna meet her for lunch right now. And I was just thinking, it's been so long since I've carried this backpack. Like I used to use it for lectures at uni. So now I feel like I'm going for lectures with like my laptop. I have all the things I need to study in my bag. So this is Clarke River. That's right. Afternoon, the place we wanted to go to was actually closed because Chinese New Year is a huge thing in Singapore, and we didn't realize. But today's like the eve of Chinese New Year, and that restaurant was closed. So we actually ended up going to another restaurant. We had food there, was really good, and the restaurant was like kind of empty, and it had this kind of cute study space there itself. We managed to do some work, had some good food. I am walking back home now. You can see the sun is like beating down on me. I have a supervision in like 20 minutes, so quickly gonna go freshen up and get ready for that. It's always nice to meet a friend during a study break because it's nice to have some people interaction. I feel like I'm just sitting at home all day these days. Hello. I realized I kind of forgot to film like the second half of my day after I came back home. I had my supervision for like 1 hour, and I was so tired after my supervision that I actually kind of ended up taking a quick power nap from like 6:30 to 7 p.m. because I had another call at 7 p.m. to work for something else with someone. So I had that call. I was so tired in between, and I was quite exhausted this evening. I think this is the after effects of staying up late last night. In the morning I was feeling really fresh, and then yeah, it was quite tiring in the evening. And then I was like, okay, let me sleep by like 10 p.m. today so I can get like a good night's sleep and like start tomorrow fresh and everything. And then I realized that I completely forgot to do my supervision work for my supervision tomorrow. And I was like, oh my god. So I quickly finished that work and like, ugh, it took kind of long. And then there was another thing that I had to complete by today. And it's like currently like 11:35. I'm just doing off my night routine, moisturizing a bit. And this is later than I would have liked to sleep tonight, but it's alright. At least I finished the work that I wanted to finish, and I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. There's still more things that I wish I did today, but I know I couldn't have simply because of um, I'm just tired. I just still can't believe that I completely forgot about my supervision work, and if anything, that's how the first day of week 4 is going, my friends. Alright, it's okay. I'm gonna stay positive. And tomorrow's a Friday. I have things relatively chill on Friday, so it's kind of like my catch-up day. I have lots of catching up to do, lots of notes to make. Now I'm gonna go sleep, have a good night's sleep, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's officially day 2. It's a Friday morning, and it's like currently 10 a.m. I think I was really exhausted from the past few days because it's only when my body and mind are this exhausted do I tend to sleep till this late. But it's okay because clearly I needed that extra bit of rest. So I'm just gonna freshen up, do my morning routine, and start cracking on my work. Also, something I realized, my hair looks so funny. I've oiled it because I have to wash my hair today. Anyway, something I realized just now while doing yoga was that since last evening, I've not been feeling mentally too calm. Like I've been feeling somewhat a bit agitated. I couldn't figure out why. And today I realized that it was because of my supervision yesterday. Basically, for this subject that I have my supervision for, I tend to put a lot of effort in. I spend a lot of time and effort making notes and then writing the essays. And my supervisor has told me that he does really notice the difference and he does think I'm doing quite well in the subject. But my partner is really bright. So every time during supervision when we're having discussions, sometimes I feel like I'm just never going to reach his level, or like I feel like I'm kind of dumb, and a bit of the imposter syndrome hits me during supervisions because I feel like I'm not even contributing to supervision. Sometimes feels like it's just a discussion between my supervisor and my partner. So yeah, yesterday's supervision session was like one of those days. I think I was feeling a bit demotivated after that especially because just the night before I was spending so long on this essay and making notes for it, and I guess it didn't really feel like it was all worth it. But this morning I kept reminding myself that like I am putting a lot of effort in. At the end of the day, I love this subject and I genuinely do think putting in that extra amount of effort is increasing my appreciation and my love for the subject. At the end of the day, that's what should matter, right? And like with my supervision partner being brighter than me, I think it's more of a reason to feel inspired by him rather than like demotivated. So I just said some affirmations to myself this morning, and I think that really helped me feel much better mentally. If anything, I think my supervision partner is just pushing me to work harder because I know that eventually, hopefully, I can reach up to his level, but that doesn't mean I need to get demotivated. So, what up, mug reference? If you can dream it, you can do it. So yeah, I thought I'll just share that little bit because not all supervisions go like amazingly well, and imposter syndrome is a real thing, but it doesn't have to take control of your life. That's what I've realized. So the next time, hopefully when this hits, I understand that like I can't place so much value on one supervision and let that determine the value of my work or how hard I'm working or how smart I am, because I'm more than that. So yeah, that's some morning introspection. Now I gotta go do my lecture, so bye. So I finished my first lecture and then I went and spent some time with the fam, caught up on some like notifications on my phone. I went and showered, and now it's nearly afternoon, but I thought I'd quickly finish one more lecture and then have lunch. I have a lot of videos to catch up on, so I'm just going to take a quick lunch break, and then my mom needs some help with some techie things, so I'm just going to help her for like half an hour maybe, and then get on with my work.
You have helped me and I'm sorry.
Let's see it.
You're already recording.
Yeah, we can edit it out.
Oh. Stop it, I'll tell you one now.
No! Okay.
Thank you for helping me, Choti. I'm done with my work.
So I have a supervision later on in the evening today, and this supervisor of mine usually wants us to prepare PowerPoint slides and present it during the supervision, because she feels like it'll improve our presentation skills and just make us revise the content before supervision. So I just finished making my PPT for today's supervision. I always take like making PPTs kind of seriously. Like these are the kind of things that I spend way too much time on, but I don't know. I just like having a good aesthetic, you know. This is the first one. That's the first slide, and then that's the second slide. So I have my earth sciences practical in about 45 minutes, and this practical demonstrator wants us to attempt the practical before the practical session. So I'm going to work on that right now. We just started like paleobiology and earth sciences, and most of the earth sciences course is dominated by like physical natural sciences, Physics. So during the previous term, there was a lot of geophysics, and I would struggle with it because it's been a long time since I've done physics. But now, since it's paleobiology, it's most of the content that I've already covered in evolution before, like last term. So I finally feel like I have some sort of edge over these Physics. I know that the Physics are going to catch up after a while, but I'm just going to enjoy this till last. Our supervisor was just kind of going through the main animal clades and groups and all the species names and genera names and all of that. And like the Physics were just like, what are all these terms? And I was like, oh yeah. So damn cringe. But you know, it's just because I always felt like so inferior compared to these Physics because it was a lot of physics, right? But now since it's like the biology part of earth sciences, I feel like it's my zone. Today's practical echinoderms and taphonomy, which is the science of death. Okay, so I just got through the practical. You can see in the background. My eyes were like drooping during it. I'm just gonna go get some tea. There's like 10 minutes left till the practical session, like the live session starts. I have my tea and my snacks, and the call has started. So I finished my practical. It kind of spilled over to 6:15-ish. And then I kind of just went like and chilled with my mom and dad for a while, just lying down with them. And then my supervision was at 7. So I had that from 7 to 8. It just got over. And my supervisor noticed that I was kind of dressed up. And she's like, you celebrate Chinese New Year? And I was like, no. And then I was like explaining to her how we're just going out after this. So that's why I'm dressed up. Also a bit of a sad thing. So I had done 2 PPT slides for the supervision. And then I finished presenting the first slide. And then my supervisor thought I was done. And it was kind of near the end of supervision time. So I kind of didn't bother to tell her that I did another slide as well. But now I feel a bit sad because I can't use the slide anymore. And I was quite proud of how it looked. But yeah, I'm going out with the fam now to the temple. So my Mastana call finished, and then I spoke to a friend for about half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe after an hour. I don't know. I lose track of time when doing these kind of things. Anyway, I was thinking of doing another lecture right now. It's currently like nearly 11 p.m. But then that might just again not be so great for my sleep schedule. So I might just do a bit of like background tasks, admin work right now, and then do my night routine and just call it a day. And then I can start tomorrow a bit early and then reset my day. Just doing some video editing. So I'm all showered and fresh, and I'm going to start first with my biology of cells lecture, and then hopefully I can finish 2 or 3 this morning because I have a call at around 11. So I'm going to start off with biology of cells right now. I miss my old cells lecture so much. Yeah, I barely understood anything from this lecture, but it's just sometimes I feel like biology of cells, at least I guess the way it's taught, it's a lot of just information. So usually I don't really digest much during the lectures. I just prefer to actually just go read a textbook later on and just spend like 1 hour doing that again because it just gets into my head better. Also, I feel like textbooks are structured better sometimes than some of my lecturers choose to structure their lectures. On the bright side, it's only 9:50 and thankfully it hasn't spilled over. So around like 10, I will start my second lecture. I'm just gonna go take like a 5-minute walking break, go walk and see what the fam is up to. Starting lecture number 2. Just finished with the call I had. It actually went really good. It was such a productive and also fun call. Basically, I'm part of a Vedic philosophy study group, and there's some tasks that we need to do this week, which involves teaching a class. So it was quite fun. Like my partner and I were working on it during the call. That went well. I'm like feeling fresh mentally, and I think I'm gonna go do some coding for my math practical. I'm done with my coding for today. I have like such a hate-love relationship with coding. Like I remember I did it for computer science in IGCSE, and that's when I first got introduced to coding. I did Python then. We learned how to use R for future biological research, but sometimes it takes so long. Like I thought I'm gonna be like I finished like the first 3-4 questions, like 3 questions like pretty fast, and then the last one I was stuck on it for so long because I just cannot figure out why the error message kept coming up. And they actually have a live help desk usually where you can post screenshots and then like the coders respond to it. Because of the time difference, I can't really access the help desk. I could email them if I wanted to, but it's like literally the last part now. I was like, you know what, just screw it. Anyway, I'm really hungry now, so I'm gonna go have lunch and then continue on. I might actually nap after lunch. Lecture, and I think that's the last lecture for today. I'm done with my math lecture for the day. I think this is the last lecture I'm going to be doing today. That was a long and very information heavy lecture, but it was good. I'm glad I could keep up with his derivations and all of that. It was interesting, very interesting. Now, I think I'm going to do some video editing as like a little break from work, and then maybe after dinner I have some notes that I want to finish off. I'm actually really proud because, okay, basically I make a little list like this every day of all the things I need to do, and I'm done with all the lectures for today. I still have these 2 like notes bits to do for lectures. Oh, and this as well. Okay, so I have these 3 notes bits, but this was the list I made for like the entire weekend. So I do have tomorrow as well. And I'm done 2 questions out of 5. I still have 3 more questions, and this work is due in 3 hours. Oh my god. If I go at this rate, I'm literally gonna submit it right, hopefully in time. I even went and got myself my tea and my biscuits because I was feeling so hungry, but I was scared I'm not gonna finish this by the deadline, so I'm just gonna drink my tea while having this. Oh my god, finally I'm done with 4 questions. It's nearly like 7:30 p.m. and I started this work at I think 3. Almost 5 hours. Anyway, I haven't done the last question yet because I realized I am behind on one lecture, which there's no way I can watch the lecture and do the question. The deadline to submit this is 8 p.m. So I'm just gonna send these questions in to my supervisor and apologize, saying like I'm sorry I didn't do the last question, and maybe tomorrow I can try and do the last question. I don't know. I'm just so exhausted. My bum is hurting, my leg is hurting, my brain is hurting. Yeah, this was too long of a question sheet, and like even though I did like 4 questions, like I barely properly did them. Like a lot of places I literally just didn't know how to do. So this is gonna be an interesting supervision. I'm actually so exhausted. I've spent the entire day just doing this. Clearly. Week 4 is getting way too real. The end product of can't speak. The end product of like 5 hours of work. Look at all that blank space, all that ugly crossing, more blank space, ugly crossing, more blank space because pencil work, because I have no idea what I'm doing is right. I'm a bit traumatized from the past 5 hours, so I quickly went and jumped into the shower. I got myself a plate of dinner, and I'm just gonna relax for like 10-15 minutes watching The Office. I still have a lot of work to do today, so I just want to completely let everything out and then try and do some more work before sleeping. It looks like it's gonna be another late night, but it's alright because I had kind of the full morning off. This is a screen recording of my screen as I'm making my lecture notes. The way I make my lecture notes is quite tedious in the sense that I do have to refer to multiple textbooks and websites and read up multiple scientific papers, but it is a very rewarding process because once I do make my lecture notes, it means I don't ever have to refer to the lecturer's handouts because I have everything I need in one place. I just finished completing the lecture notes that I was doing last night for sales lectures. I thought it was a small chunk that I had left, but it did take longer than expected. Clearly, today is not the best day for me in terms of approximating how much time work is gonna take. I think I'm just gonna go through my notifications on my phone, clear out my emails and messages, go to my night routine, and call it a day. And I'll just wake up early tomorrow to do some more work. I snoozed my morning alarm like 10 times today. I wanted to wake up at like 6:15ish. I ended up waking up at 7:30. But I guess it's kind of unrealistic of me to expect like my body can handle like 6 hours of sleep just randomly, but it's okay. I think I still have enough time to do the work I want to do in the morning. So I'm gonna start right away without wasting any time because I slept for longer than I wanted to. Also, wow, another shocking news in the morning. My supervisor sent back my work marked, and his comment on the top is, "Good work. Can discuss harder questions in super." It almost makes those 5 hours yesterday completely worth it. I'm gonna do my earth sciences practical right now because the lecture is quite fresh in my mind and I anyway need to finish the practical work for the practical session this evening. I'm done with my practical. It took a bit longer than expected, but I'm all set for today evening session. I'm feeling a bit hungry now, but I might quickly finish off my evolution and behavior lecture and then head off to lunch. Woo! I finished my earth sciences practical prep, I finished my earth sciences lecture, biology of cells lecture, evolution and behavior lecture, and that's nearly 4 hours of solid work in the morning, so I'm quite happy about it. I'm just gonna break for lunch now, and I'm glad I got this large chunk of work done in the morning because I need to go out in the afternoon. I'm just returning from my eye doctor appointment. It was just a general eye checkup thing, but it's just that it took really long. I have my earth sciences practical at 6 right now, and it's just half an hour till that, and I'm so hungry because I think we spent nearly 3 hours. My mom and I went to the doctor's. It was a hospital, but it was near my best friend's university, so on the bright side I got to spend a bit of time with her as we were coming back home. I also just realized that there was a practical session yesterday specifically for international students that I missed attending. It was a Zoom session, and I remember RSVPing about it, but for some reason I just assumed that the demonstrator is going to send a confirmation email as well afterwards, And I guess that initial email was the confirmation. I don't know. Basically, I missed the practical session and it was so sad because the person who was going to lead that practical session was my interviewer. I still remember him. And I was so excited because I was like, this is like perhaps the only time I can one-on-one talk to him. I'm so sad because he just emailed back saying, yeah, the session is over, but do email me if you have any questions that I can answer. Whatever. Done with my earth sciences supervision work. Time for dinner. I'm all fueled with food and a TV show break to continue on with work right now. I have an essay to write tomorrow for my evolution supervision day after. And to write the essay, I need good notes so that the essay writing process is much easier. So I'm going to make the notes tonight. It's based on one of the lectures, so I just need to collate all my resources and just make notes for writing the essay tomorrow. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, I literally cannot. It's nearly 11:30 and my eyes are just drooping and drooping. Can't even keep them open to finish this work. I'm halfway through the lecture notes. I think I'm just gonna wake up early tomorrow and complete it before writing my essay. Hopefully it should be fine. I'm just too tired right now. Good morning. Finally, I'm done with my notes. Oh my god, that took long. I wanted to start my lectures at 9, so I'm currently half an hour behind schedule. But I think it's okay, so I'm gonna start my lectures ASAP. Today is not even my lecture day, but I'm behind on like one math lecture that I really need to watch before my supervision this evening. So I'm gonna do that now. I think I'm behind on 2 lectures actually. Holy shit, I'm behind on 4 lectures. Oh well, just gonna watch one right now and hopefully catch up soon. I actually understood the math questions. We had some guests over for lunch and now I have to start writing my evolution and behavior essay. This usually takes me up to 2 hours, but I'm a bit short on time today, so I'm really gonna try and write it as fast as I can. So I'm gonna start right now. Woohoo! Oh yes! The satisfaction you get from finally finishing writing an essay that you've been planning and preparing for such a long time is just unparalleled. I am done with my week 4 evolution and behavior essay, which means that now I only have to write my next essay next week. So I have 6 more days left to worry about writing my next evolution essay. My supervisor makes us write essays every week, which he subsequently marks and gives us feedback during the supervisions. So now I've just got to send this in to him and then just hope that the supervision goes fine tomorrow. I also just went over the feedback that my supervisor gave me and then just marked areas that I need to clarify during the supervision just to make sure that I understood everything. I now have exactly 15 minutes left for my supervision, and since the morning I've been sniffling. My throat is aching, my head is aching, and I'm just feeling really tired. I really want to sleep right now, and my head is actually aching so much. Wednesdays are normally one of the worser days in terms of contact hours because I have back-to-back supervisions in the evening and I write my ENB essay in the afternoon. So just the combination of those 3 events back to back usually tend to make me really exhausted in the evening. But I think I'm gonna call it an early night today, hopefully, because clearly I don't feel like my body is able to handle the past few days of exhaustion and just less sleep. Week 4. The math supervision just finished. That was one intense supervision. But actually it was pretty good. Like I understood everything he was saying. I actually feel like I completely understand the questions I was struggling so much at before. And actually I think I'm not as bad in my understanding that I thought I was in. So it's just a matter of reviewing those questions and going through them again. But wow, that 1 hour flew by, but it was so intense. I have precisely 23 minutes now before my earth sciences supervision begins. So I'm gonna go rest for a while and just recover from this. Hello. I'm good. How are you? I think it was okay, but while I was doing it, I kind of realized, I guess it isn't as easy trying to figure out whether he would be happier seeing the fossil record today. Like, I was trying to figure out on what metric we were supposed to compare. So that was, yeah. Thank you. Supervision 2 for the day and last one done. This is a point on Wednesdays that I feel really accomplished because it feels like I successfully got through a really long day. This is the last day of the week because tomorrow week 5 begins. And that means I have to say bye to you if you're watching A Week in My Life and you've successfully reached day 6. Thank you. Hi mateys! I just wanted to film a proper outro because I realized that the previous video was sort of an abrupt ending. So anyway, that was how a week in my life doing university from home is like. I am sure a lot of you can relate. In a lot of ways, I learned quite a few things from last term in terms of how to do my work better during term, which I am implementing this term. And I'm quite happy with my work for the most part. But you can see that week 4 is a time around which things start going a bit downhill. This week I missed 2 practicals, I'm behind on 2 lectures, I have so many more lecture notes yet to be made, and I could do with more rest, as you can see from my frequent power naps. If I filmed this video a couple weeks ago, I wouldn't have been this behind on work, but I purposely wanted to film this video during week 4 to show the reality of how term time really progresses and how Cambridge students are really not on top of their work all the time. In fact, week 5 is dreaded by everyone because it's usually the time around which people start showing the symptoms of the infamous week 5 blues. Basically, what I want to say is that it's really important to find work-life balance. When I was at Cambridge, I was really missing my family and friends back home. And now since I am back home, I can't help but make the most out of the little time that I have back home, even if that sometimes means sacrificing a couple hours of work to watch a movie with my dad, or curl up with my mom, or go for lunch with my friends, or cycling with my brother. Because at the end of the day, there's no point working yourself to death if you cannot even enjoy the little moments with your loved ones. So I am working on finding this work-life balance of mine, and as hard as it is sometimes, I realize that finding the balance is very important to be able to sustain the constant grind. So thank you so much for watching this video. It was really nice having you by my side this week. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like down below and subscribe, and comment down below what you would like to see next. I will see you soon. Until then, take care, lots of love, and bye!